a letter to whoever opens this book. This book is to help you have some of the fun that I have had in making dolls. I remember that when I was a child, we had a rag doll in our family. I don't dare say that it was mine first. It may have been made for my sister, Avis, but I played with it. Several people had a hand in the making. I know that my father painted the face. So the doll had several names: Dumpling, Corwin, Case, Flack, and she was the most lovable doll that ever lived. One of the best Christmases I ever had was my little daughter's 8th. I spent about 20 evenings getting ready. I made clothes for every doll she owned, big and little, and for the bear, too. There was a special little tree for the dolls that year, and each present was carefully wrapped and labeled. My daughter said she never had a happier Christmas. But who really had the most fun? I'll bet I did. The first complete doll that I made was similar to those in the book, but stuffed with rags. I made it for my daughter, who was about a year old. It wasn't very good, but it was my beginning. Since then, I have made over 1,000 dolls, including those that were strung up for marionettes, and I'm not tired of them yet. I love making them. I even had a doll shop one summer, the stock made up of just my own dolls. Almost every morning I was up by 5:30 getting a head start on the sewing. I had 2 work tables, one by my dining room window and one in the shop. I worked. At the end of summer, before Labor Day, I had to close for lack of dolls, but I closed with an order for 34 dolls, ranging in price from $2 to $5. I have made dolls for the stage. I have made caricatures of people, special dolls for special children, dolls for collectors, dolls for window displays, and for advertising. They have been big ones and little ones, but all made like those in this book. That is, cloth stuffed with cotton and faces made with darning cotton and thread. All this talking about myself is just to give you an idea of what can be done with dolls for fun or money, or both. Whether you just wish to make one doll for some little child or wish to start a business for yourself, I hope that this simple book will help you. Edith Flack Ackley. This is the book. Dolls to Make for Fun and Profit. I'd like you to meet someone. This is Marcy. I made her. And I made her all by hand for some reason. Well, I know the reason. It's because you can sit in front of the TV at night and sew by hand. The dress is inspired by the sewing bee. A few years ago, they made a color black dress. And I had just finished the doll back then, so I went for it. Now, I used bias tape for the black binding, which I suppose is cheating, but I like it. The face is embroidered, and she's got a sculpted nose, which is not in this book, but no. I embroidered the shoes, too. Little black cross stitches. So whatever she wears, which is, at this point, this is the only dress she owns, she's going to have black flats. She stands in a place of pride on my shelf. She's my first. She's not perfect, but I'm really fond of her. This is her friend, made at the same time, and never got any clothes. But I thought you could see the body construction. It's very simple. I have a dowel going from here to here just to keep the head, well, here to here, just to keep the head up, so she's not looking like that. I named her Kathy because I thought she looked like a Kathy. She's Marcy because when I was doing her hair and it was turning out so wild, there used to be a blog, a sewing blog, by Una Baluna, whose real name was Marcy. So that's why I named her Marcy, because I thought her hair was looking like Marcy's hair. So, although I saw a video pop up recently that Marcy Marcy Harriel. And Marcy's hair is much bigger, the real Marcy. So I think the reason I didn't make clothes for her was because I was so pleased with this that I didn't know what to make for her. So she's waiting. But we were talking recently about goals for this coming year. And I was thinking I am going to try making some more of these. Better make a dress first. Making some more of those and fixing the problems that I had. One can call them mistakes. But, and trying to sell them. I don't know. I don't know if anybody would buy a doll that I made. I think they're cute. But I wanted to introduce you to Dolls to Make for Fun and Profit by Edith Flack Ackley, because that is the pattern I used for the body. This book is published in 1938. I bought it locally. This copy, that's my dog, used to belong to the Heidelberg College Art Department, which is local, and I paid $4 for it. I used to think it was a placeholder until I got a better copy, but I've since learned I'm lucky to have any copy. He barks every time a cat walks down the alley or someone drives down the alley. Anyways, so I read you the introduction to this book because I was unable to find any biographical information about her. Very, very little on the internet. She was born 1887 and died in 1970. That's about the sum total of what I was able to find. While I was looking, I found patterns on Etsy that basically look like they're photocopied from this book. See, this doll, and then the instructions to make. Yeah, I didn't even look at how much they were because I don't need them, but yeah, if you Google Edith Flack Ackley, most of what you're going to find is patterns on Etsy. They all look like they came from this book. However, I did look on ABE, which is Advanced Book Exchange, abe.com, which is a book selling site. And there are copies available on here. Not very many, 8, 10 maybe. The cheapest was $30. And, there were a bunch in the $30, $40 range. I didn't look at the high end, because why? But, it's doable, and it's a great book. It's a great book if you want to make dolls. If you want to make a simple rag doll. Her original dolls, and I don't think they're labeled, but her original dolls are in collections in museums. And back in the day when I used to be more into doll collecting, there were people who would buy any doll that looked like it was made from Edith Flack Ackley's book. They call her EFA, so they don't have to say Edith Flack Ackley every time. I didn't see anybody with dolls that they had made from her book patterns, so couldn't judge. But obviously I did not use her clothing patterns. I went my own way, And she doesn't have any dolls with hair like that. My dolls have a long, straight face, where hers are more rounded. So we would have to work on that. And yeah, I use fiber fill. I didn't use cotton stuffing. And she uses much better things for hair instead of like Walmart yarn. So those are things we're going to have to work on. And I believe I've said everything on my notes, so I must be about done. No. Yep. Edith Flack Ackley. I recommend it if you can get one. Don't know why nobody has reprinted this, but they haven't. Okay, there you go. And now, like usual, I'm going to do a song. Now this is a very acoustic version of a song that is usually much heavier, because obviously it's me and my guitar. It's called Lies, and it's another old tinfoil song. Excuse me. You are so calm, you are so cool in every situation. You've mastered every stray emotion to your inclination. One day you saw yourself and found that you'd become a stranger. You pushed away your soul to keep it out of any danger. And when you look, you see that you've been telling lies. You turn around and found that you're just telling lies, telling lies. Oh, telling lies, yeah. The ghost you left behind keeps threatening to blow your cover. You keep it under wraps just like some forbidden lover. It stalks behind you, keeps you watching all your dusty shadows. It sleeps beside you, keeps you humble in your innuendo. And when you look, you see that you're just telling lies. You turn around and found that you're just telling lies, telling lies. Oh, telling lies. Oh, the day we met, you thought you'd mold me into something useful. You hooked your cold IV into my arm and let it rip. I loved a dream I thought was you. Who knows, perhaps it is. I caught my passion in my hands for you to take a sip. And when you look, you see that you're just telling lies. Turn around and find that you're just telling lies, telling lies.